Hey, this is Pops, and this is a clip from Talk Hard. We're talking about Beetlejuice, and the conversation turned. We're talking about the sequel. So here's our conversation and
So
thoughts on that. Keaton, so much charisma. Yeah, it's difficult not to like his character. From yeah, I agree. I agree. It's fantastic. So, all right, Ironcasher's going to pull it up. But Shelly, it has been talked about doing a sequel to this. I told the
for
guys definitely
years.
for the time that I've been writing any news or covering any news, I'm going to say at least 10 to 15 years. 10 years is only 2012. I know it predates that. So I know I was writing for a website called Desk O'Brien. I wrote about it then. And it was like, oh, Burton and Keaton in between this, they could do this. And it just never took off. But
Well, actually, that's
evidently,
the
it,
stories around Beetlejuice around doing a Beetlejuice sequel have been going back since like basically the day this movie came out and this became such a big
yeah,
hit because famously there's a story about how they were basically begging Tim Burton come back do Beetlejuice 2, and Tim Burton famously was like, I don't know about that. He didn't really want to do a sequel, and eventually he's like, all right, look, I'm going to throw you out the worst possible. Basically, he wanted to throw together the worst possible idea he could just to like get them off his back. So he threw them this idea of Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice goes Hawaiian.
hmm,
It was just sort of one of the famous stories where like, oh, he's gonna like get in a surf contest, and they were gonna come up with all kinds of really like bad ideas just to try to like get the studio to stop. But with enough relenting, yep. Oh, Soul Assassin right there is pulling it up in chat.
yeah,
But so I actually have two articles I was able to pull up real quick.
yeah.
Just one here briefly to touch on of how less than 2 days of filming. This movie is 99% done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this should still be on track. They get this actor strike resolved to hopefully make September of next year because they've been able to. Because even though there's been the actor strike, they could be working on some of this stuff in post that had already been shot. So hopefully,
Yeah.
some of that stuff can actually move forward, and we're in good shape. We'll see.
Literally, it is a day and a half.
Hmm.
They were just unable to get that last bit done before the strike shut everything down.
Right. Yep. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have some reporting from Bloody Disgusting. We visited the East Corneth, Vermont filming location of Tim Burton's sequel, and this is from 3 months ago. I thought this was from a couple days ago, but apparently not.
Well, they wouldn't be filming because the strike is still technically the actor strike is still underway, right?
Right, but I can only assume they probably still have the sets up, especially if they have to do filming still.
Yeah, so this goes through some of the details, and we already know this is the one with set photos, or is that only on IMDb?
Oh, I think this is where some of those photos came from.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so here's some of the set photos with the house, and there's our we're gonna call it the chipper. I don't know what the mulcher is.
Oh no, I think that's literally just like a forklift.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's just literally part of like building the set.
gotcha.
Iconic Lady Dietz residences. The iconic Dietz residence is situated at the top of a hill overlooking the town. The facade is recreated where the original one stood. Since it's located on private property, it was inaccessible to fans, but it could only be seen from a distance. The sequel finds its home shrouded in the sheer black drapery for a post-funeral sequence in which the house itself is in mourning. O'Hara and Ryder were present for the scene, as was Delia's sculpture from the original film, which was then stolen.
Gotcha.
Samson Zillick, a Massachusetts-based aspiring actor who worked as an extra in the scene, tells me, quote, "It was very organized and very professional. Tim Burton was hands-on and amazing to watch. We were all on top of a hill in beautiful Vermont. It was a great atmosphere to be in." Unquote. It was O'Hara's final scene for the film, with Burton and Ryder celebrating her rapping with hugs while the rest of the casting crew gave her a round of applause. She graciously responded by recognizing the importance of the background actors. That's the attitude I love to hear out of these.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, I think there's still a little bit more.
Let's see. Homage. Just kind of come down. We have some close-ups on some of the stuff. All the locations, along with several neighboring houses, were decorated for Halloween. Indeed, at least a portion of Beetlejuice 2 will be set on Halloween, including a trick-or-treating sequence that was filmed at the night in East Corinth. Not unlike John Carpenter's Halloween, the crew was equipped with bags of brown leaves to make the summer season look more like fall. Eagle-eyed viewers may be able to spot a pumpkin carved to resemble the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington in the window of the vintage store.
Okay. Dipsy's pointing out what we were going to talk about here. This sequel, IMDb has that as September 2024. Jenna Ortega plays the daughter. So Lydia, Winona Ryder's Lydia, their daughter is played by Jenna Ortega. She has some sort of wedding sequence in there. Here's the same school that we saw Lydia in at the end of the first film. So definitely a lot of callbacks, a lot of continuations, that kind of thing. So Monica Bellucci is Beetlejuice's wife, or at least that's what we're told. So, yeah, who in the wide world of sports
didn't mean anything to him?
Oh, here's a neat little thing. Down the street is Miss Shannon's School for Girls, which Lydia Dietz attended in the first film. A permanent landmark of the 101-year-old schoolhouse has served as the Masonic Lodge for decades until last year when it was purchased by a Beetlejuice superfan with the goal of renovating and turning into a non-profit community center, event revenue, and a Beetlejuice museum.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Shelly, I don't know. Who knows? Burton's hit and miss. Keaton's, if they're all in it, we're just going to have to go and see. It's a passion project. Is this like Ghostbusters Afterlife, or is this just going to be some other tripe nonsense? I don't think we know.
Yeah.
That's a cool good article for stuff. So this is a pretty good article for what it's going into. Kind of breaking down a lot of all of the elements of kind of recreating the town. This is what I would actually recommend you go check out if you want to get into a little bit more. But I'm not gonna give it all away because there's still like more than half the article to go.
Yeah,
so
they did a good job of teasing a lot of different elements without really spoiling the movie or anything like that. So go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, it could be good if they can capture that what made the first one good. If they throw in, modern day politics and stuff like that, it's not gonna work. If they can keep that out of it and really pull from that old movie, I think it'll be good.
It's gonna be hard to know what the twist is. So until we kind of know more, like what is the twist, what is the hook, what is the reason for us to have this movie, and that's kind of the problem there. We really are gonna be able to pass judgment until we kind of know a little bit more information. I can tell you this though. Jenna Ortega as sort of like Lydia's daughter, because she was so good as Wednesday. If you haven't seen Netflix's Wednesday, I am still shocked at how good it is because I love Addams Family and I did not want to watch it. And it turned out that it was great. So, very good. Yeah. If you haven't seen that, definitely fun. It was fun. It's got one filler episode, which jumps out at you. Like, why do we have this episode? It's like, well, you didn't need it. Netflix probably told them that they needed, X number of episodes, and they just wrote it in because it doesn't make any sense. But other than that, the show was pretty good. So we sure appreciate you watching. This has been a clip from Talk Hard. Check out the playlist below. You can get the link to the actual full live stream that we did talking about Beetlejuice 35 years later. Hard to believe. Hopefully you've having a great time out there. Be blessed, folks. Talk to you soon. I am Pops.
I mean, this is going to make E.T. look like Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know what I'm saying?
What is Pops doing?
Caution everyone to watch out for pies.
At this point, anything is possible, so yes, pies, seltzer bottles, balloon animals, be alert.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Subverting expectations.
It's just clearly fan fiction.
But Loki, it wouldn't have been as exciting for the audience.